Hi guys, good day. Today I'm gonna be taking you in a regular day in my life to work and the things I do after work. So the day starts with me preparing, doing my makeup, of course. Working can be really exhausting sometimes, but having to prepare before work, think of outfit ideas, looks, it kind of boosts my energy. So today I'm gonna be doing a snipped or snatched look. So my previous makeup tutorial was more of a glowing look, like a dewy glow look. This one is about enhancing my facial features, my bone structure. So this involves more darker shades of eyeshadow and bronzer. So I also do blush when I use this look for my neck and for my collarbone because I've heard I forgot which beauty influencer was that if some skin is exposed, it's always better to have blush on it. And I'm also always strategically placing my BB cream to cover some blemishes, pimples, or pimple scars, as well as strategically positioning it to make sure that the things that I want to get highlighted or be lifted, and when the light hits it, it would be more enhanced, just like my jawline, my neck with the pimples. Now the eyeshadow, as I've mentioned, I'm doing like a snatched look. So with eyeshadow, to achieve this look, I always blend the eyeshadow with my BB cream. By the way, I only use one cream, and that's BB cream. I don't use concealer or foundation because it kind of tends to cause breakouts for me. So yeah, so I am using the an eyeshadow from Everbelena. So it just contains three neutral shades from tan to light and to something darker. So yeah, and lastly, I would do my hair. Today we're also gonna be trying to do an 80s heartthrob look, just like how Carlo Aquino and the other Filipino heartthrob would do their hair. So with this one, I would first shape my hair with a circular brush and then apply some sunflower oil so that it can be more manageable and it has this healthy shine. So I have a wavy hair and sometimes it can get uncontrollable. With this look, I would also be using, so if you can see, I'm also just retouching some blushes with the sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is really helpful and versatile. So I'm using the quick fix hairspray so that my hair could stay with that volume that I've just manipulated it to be, and then some tweaks here and there. Okay, and if you might notice, I've also added some highlight on my nose, and then I would apply perfume. The first perfume is my childhood perfume from Bench, and then the second one is a more mature perfume, still Bench, the collaboration with Michael Cinco. I think it's the Impalpable perfume collection. And then lastly is my secret perfume because this one's really cheap and it's a really great find, and I wouldn't want anyone to know what perfume I'm using. To complete my look, the last hard decision that I get to make before getting late for work would be accessories. But with this look, I know what I want to go for. I want to do like some gold details. So I'm wearing this plain gold necklace, a golden mini snake, like a reputation ring, and then I'm using a gifted Bulgari ring from a workmate of mine, which is really pretty and very sentimental to me. So that's it. That's my look for today. And it's time for the walkathon. I would walk to the highway to wait for some jeep or maybe a bus, even a van sometimes. But this time, I went into 7-Eleven because I haven't gotten any food yet. So I decided to just eat or maybe drink mogu mogu on my way to work. I am also in a no carbs, no rice diet. So here I'm waiting for a jeep. So usually it just takes a couple of minutes, but sometimes when I'm too picky, I don't want a jeep that's too loud with the music. And then I arrived at the bus station, ride the bus, and then to the train we go. Couple of stairs. It's really tiring sometimes when you have to commute. Sometimes the commute is harder and it's more exhausting than the work itself. But thank God for escalators, of course. So I would next ride the train here. Sometimes, if I'm lucky enough, I would arrive just in time for the next train, empty train if possible, because sometimes I would arrive with the train arriving also, but the line is too long and the train is already fully packed. And then after that, I would take a little, it's kind of medium long, kind of long walk to the office. So I work at Ortigas, and then a um, quick fix checks before entering the office. And this is already my first break from work. Rose and I just went out, and then this is the hours after shift. So it's also our cheat day. Me and Rose, we've been undergoing a diet, so we decided to eat some gyupsal after work. This one is also at Ortigas. I forget the name. What samgyeopsal this is? I think it's salang, and we picked the 695 package because it's the best option, of course, maximizing all the available food. The place is really cool. It has a really good spot for people watching. The interior is amazing. It kind of have some feng shui details, and the service, the crew is nice. It's an okay service, and if you might notice, because it's early in the morning, only one other group is eating, and then me and Rose. But one thing that I would say is that the ceiling of this place is too low for me. I'm too tall. So the food arrived with everything. And the layout of the samgyeopsal, or the grill itself, is actually really cool. It has some toge on the and some white onions. Let's start off with the unlimited tempura. The tempura is really cool, but I would give it a 5 over 10, because ever since I arrived here in the city in Manila, I never ever tasted seafood that was close enough to how seafood tastes in back in my island. The tempura, the breading is too heavy. It's kind of bland for my taste, but it's quite refreshing though. But I've tasted better tempuras before. So this one is just a 5 out of 10. The next one is their miso soup, but before that, of course, some photos with Rose. And then they also, of course, they have kimchi. The kimchi is really good, 10 out of 10. Again, the tempura. So I tried the tempura with their vinegar and hope that it would taste better. But the vinegar, it tastes like vinegar. It doesn't have anything special to it. Although the color, it kind of looks like a champagne. It's like brown champagne, almost whiskey like color. Besides the tempura, they also served us with some raw shrimp for grilling, which is really good and really fat, by the way. Now let's go to the miso soup. This one is the best soup I've ever tasted. Closely, really close ranking to the hot pot or the shabu shabu that I've tasted in Hanasako in Binangonan. This miso soup is really the broth, I mean the soup itself, it kind of tastes like kimchi jjigae, but better with the tofu. It also had some cabbages. I know squash. It's not cabbage. It's squash, and some tofu. Yeah, tofu. And then I couldn't stop eating the kimchi because the kimchi, it really tastes fresh. And I've never ever tasted tofu being used in a soup before. This is my first time. And I'm really thankful that this is my first time because it really tastes good. So this is how our grill looks like. So I when I cook in a samgyup, I want it to be organized as a Virgo. Very hyperfixating in how things are organized. So this meat that I'm eating right here is the bulgogi. It's the beef one. When I eat beef at samgyup, I prefer it to be not like super cooked or crispy. I want it to look like um still grilled. So we're just eating. This is the best. You would know that you were having the best time eating is when you're also laughing and just enjoying the company. Rose and I were just gossiping, talking about our childhood, even though we have like a 10-year age gap. It isn't hard to relate because we have some correlations with our life. Like for example, how she loves her grandmother and how I loved mine. The bulgogi is a decent 8 out of 10. It doesn't taste anything special. Now this is the plain pork. This pork I would give a 7 because it kind of takes too long to cook it. Of course, it's kind of thick. That's understandable. And it also doesn't taste anything special, but still the kimchi, I'm really obsessed with the kimchi. Every time I take a bite of pork or meat or even the soup, I would go back to the kimchi because it's refreshing. They also have a coleslaw, by the way, which we didn't get to request for a second serving because it doesn't really taste special and the sauce is lacking. And then I would say the best. I've tasted better coleslaws before. Okay. Some voiceover interactions because what Rose and I are talking about here is kind of sensitive, I think. But I would ask permission from her first before posting this. But it's kind of about having relationships, like having a boyfriend, having a husband, with me being at work and being exposed to different types of people like Rose and my other workmates. By the way, this is the samgyeopsal. You know, the pork that's like the flavor is samgyeopsal itself, if that makes sense. I would give it an 8 also. There's nothing special about it. So, anyway, going back, the fun thing about working and being exposed to other adults, I'm in the earlier stage of my adulthood and I know I have got a lot to learn and to do, but being exposed with people like my workmates really amazes me and teaches me a lot of lessons, more than they all know, that I'm really grateful for. And right here, I'm trying to assemble like a samgyeopsal. What do you even call this? A vegetable wrap samgyeopsal. So I placed a lettuce, the samgyeopsal meat, a lot of kimchi because the kimchi here is out of this world. And then let's take a really big bite. When I'm eating, I really like eating when I kind of feel like choking. So, like this, like put everything in my mouth and just choke on it and let the flavors kick in. And then pick up some tissue, of course, because I don't want to look inappropriate in a public space. But oh my god, I look like a duck eating. Look at my lips though. But it tastes good. And that ends our samgyeopsal session. It's time to go home. I I rode the train again. I took the same route in going home, of course, but in reverse order. But this time, oh, the sun is so pretty this day. Um, Me and my workmates would always discuss how the sun is really important, especially for us people who works for a graveyard shift or a night shift. Mornings for us are the evenings, and evenings for us are the mornings. So we rarely get exposed to the sun, and every time I get a chance, I would take it because my workmates and I would discuss how the sun would be very helpful for us avoiding getting sick because us being working at night, we only take lesser sun than how a normal person would, and the first few days, something that we would relate to each other is that we could get sick. Like in the first, if you would work as a night shift person, the first few weeks would be really tough on you as well as for your health. So I would highly suggest to bank on vitamins and good food diet. If you could exercise, do it. So yes, I just took the train here. I took two trains going home because I just want an easy life and I'm gonna be on leave for tomorrow. I picked up some cake in Goldilocks for my tita's birthday the next day. So yeah, thanks for watching this reel. Again, my name is Zor. You can follow my Instagram for more reels or my Facebook. Again, this is Zor. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.